we got the Orna grind. I have been playing for about a year. I jump back and forth between Freyr. Right now I'm in tier 8, and I've been playing around with Freyr and Necromancer. Necromancer was my first class at tier 8 that I so I went mostly the mage all the way up, and then I've been stuck at tier 8 for a long time, so I've been tweaking um, between Freyr and Necromancer because I got some really cool gear. So for Freyr, this month, so this month the Kerberos boss is out if you're in a clan, and he dropped some really, really good gear for pet classes. So this master sword. It's Master Forge, but it's a Feral War Sword, and it greatly increases the rate in which the follower may act in battle. This sword, and he also drops a staff, so we go. This Feral Staff also does the same thing. You get 7% increase to your pet's stats. So if I come over, I also was able to get this Phoenix, which was again, it's a pet that was only open back last month when the Phoenix bosses were out in raids. Um, and it actually took a long time to get it super rare, and again, you got to get it at bestiary. But as you can see, my buff chance and spell chance are really high. Um, 22 and 24%. I know it doesn't seem like it's high, but it's 24% to throw that tri-cut, fire strike, beast strike, or Lucis Neutra. I definitely butchered that. But the big thing with Phoenix is the deficit channel. Wow, man. Oh, I'm gonna butcher a lot of names in this. Anyway, that is I believe you can't unlock that spell until it's a specific class, and it's not unlocked until level 225, and it's a 3-turn um, spell that boosts all of your stats. It's a temp boost 3 to all stats. So it's pretty broken at this tier, honestly. Being able to get it at tier 8 with this pet, and the pet will just throw it out. It doesn't take 3 turns, he just tosses it out in 1 turn. So you can sit there. Again, it could go away after 1 turn, but boosting your defense and your resistance and your attacks, magic, um, 3 on top of any other buffs you have is pretty broken at this tier. His spells are all right. They're actually not great against Kerberos himself or the Phoenix. So it kind of sucks sometimes to farm with this pet, but he's really active. I was using him I'll switch over really quick. I was using him with Necromancer, so I'll show you kind of my build with Necro. Um, these Dragoon Charms, each one of them boosts it by 2% for activity, so you can see it's a great deal less now that I don't have the Freyr class. Um, and the only reason I'm at 10 and 12 is because I'm using the Beastmaster specialization. So this is what is giving me the extra. I mean, the other specialization you would use at this tier, I think, is Magi for mage classes or Magus. And honestly, it's just garbage because Beastmaster gives you more power, and your if you're able to get this pet or even another pet, honestly. Um, Pets can be pretty game changing. These Dragoon charms took me a while to find, but it doesn't really matter. They increase both pet damage and action rate by 2%. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but again, each one of these will do the same. So if we come back in here to status, I'm looking, and there's a calculator online. If you go to Orna, the Orna webpage, you can go to pet status and it'll take you to a calculator. It is not updated with the new Kerberos gear, and I think they've done some tweaks to kind of how uh, some of the pet stats function, because it doesn't show up exactly the same as in game right now, so it's a little off, but it's pretty good. It's actually amazing, honestly. But again, so those Dragoon Charms are giving me, the two of them are giving me 4% extra. So on my spell chance, 14% instead of 10%, 10%. But that's again, so you're looking at 14% for Tri Cut, Fire Strike 3. It's iteratively, like it's combined. So really, my percentage chance to miss if you go into the calculator with this setup, I have like a I think it's roughly between 35 and like 46% nah, I think it's right around 35% chance for me to do nothing um at all. So, which is actually really good for a pet, like the Phoenix at this tier with a mage class, where he's pretty active, especially with the Dayfic channel. Like I'm gonna jump in here to a raid, maybe, if it loads. There we go. So put a few buffs on. With the Necromancer, I will have to use some uh Panseas, one or two, especially because I don't have. I'm building up a shield right now, so like you can see, I got Curse and Poisoned and Resistance down two, but the shield I'm gonna get. Well, hopefully once it hits tier 10, will allow me to negate that curse. The other thing is I don't have a lot of ward, which is like a huge requirement getting into, especially at tier 9. If you don't have, if you don't build ward with most classes, you like, I've been able to crush tier 10s and tier 9s at tier 8 when they don't have ward. But if they have ward, anything over 10k ward, which is really easy to get, I can't do anything to them at all. So my summon dead, which is maxed out right now, is doing 21k. Because all my temp, I have a bunch of temp buffs up right now. That temporary magic at the bottom, plus magic up 1, magic up 2, and that is without. Um, I still haven't. The Phoenix hasn't thrown up Dayfic channel. Um, he's actually not being really active right now. There he goes. So I just had it. So temp all up again. Sometimes it'll last like 10 moves. Sometimes it's just one. But you'll see he's fairly active. He Those misses are my Phoenix. I have the actions or the graphics of my attack and Phoenix or pets turned off. That's why you're not seeing them move and you're just seeing them move. But when you see misses, so mine's gonna go first. If you see something after, then that's the pet. But again, temp all is up still, and it allows me to it doubles your damage essentially on top of everything else you're doing. So, um, The problem is the Necromancer with the Phoenix is kind of a glass cannon, the way I have him built. Um, so I can do quite a bit of damage really quick, but if any of the raid bosses throw out a really hard hit, it'll kill me one shot. Um, what I like about Freyr is you can be self-sufficient. I can keep up my mana, HP, and my ward with two moves, and I rarely have to use any potions at all. See, he just dropped me, he instant dropped me. It's easier to, and I actually did not get a lot of damage off because he dropped me so quick. The Freyr class, I can, let's see, jump up back over to Freyr. I'm getting close to tier 9. I'm 2 levels away. I popped these raid bosses with summoning scrolls. If I kill them, I should be able to um, get really close to the next tier. But alright, so I didn't heal myself before I came into this raid. That's why I have some, uh, my health and mana are low. But again, so Lunge is a tier 1 spell, but it has a 50% chance to crit. And because of the passives, for the Freyr class, you will get back your um, both HP and mana. But let's that was stupid to do that first. I'm gonna throw up ward first, and then so this is really what's really nice about that Phoenix. So he's gonna be a lot more active. Again, his a lot of his attacks are useless, or the Kerberos is immune to some of his attacks, and then because Kerberos will change um, kind of what he is, his like now he's aligned to fire. So and if the Phoenix throws his fire attack, he's immune to it. Um, so the Phoenix is not the best pet for especially fighting him. Um, okay, so still got ward for 3 more turns. I got my defense up. Let's just see if we can get somewhere. Boom. Okay, so crit. I mean, it wasn't a great. I haven't gotten all my attack and magic buffs up yet. All right, so another crit, 2 crits, and you can see uh, mana and HP are almost full. Mimics Mischief. This is the one that's going to give us, potentially give us Curse. Like that gave us Curse and defense down, but it gave me attack up 2 and magic up 2. And again, once I get my shield that I'm upgrading, I won't have to worry about that Curse dot. But until then, I mean, I would have so many of these because I've been hoarding them for so long that it's no big deal. I'll just throw one of those out. But now I have the primary buffs up. Um, I'm gonna throw up a bunch of ward and hope that the Phoenix will get some attacks off. Maybe. There we go. There was a decent attack. That was probably like 23, 24,000. There's a 29. All right, ward's up to 31. Also, I have Omni Strike in this current build, but again, it's Kerberos is immune to a lot of stuff, so um, I like throwing in this Wyram's Song to get a couple temp buffs, which is really nice um, to kind of offset when I don't have David channel up. But I've been going back and forth. I'm not sure. I'm close to tier 9. I don't know if I'm gonna go into Omnimancer or Bahamut. Um, if I do go Omniacer, I'll choose the next pet class, Tamer specialization, just because I'll still roll with this Phoenix in tier 9. Um, okay, so now because of I just really like the playstyle. That was the wrong one. We got a good little hit from Phoenix. Okay, transference 2 is going to start getting our ward back. So between transference 2 and lunge, I can maintain this for a long time, even if he hits me pretty hard. Um, I have a better chance of surviving with this setup than I do with the Necromancer. You can see that 50. I mean, it's literally coin flip. So sometimes the lunge you'll crit like 5, 6 times in a row. Other times it's the complete opposite, and it's just because it's a coin flip. But again, like I've gone 10 times, like 8 to 10 times without hitting a crit with lunge, but then like my ward, I have 24 ward turns, everything's maxed out, and it just takes time. It would be this, I would be able to hit a lot more damage if the Phoenix uh, didn't have so many moves that Kerberos was immune to. See, and he's really active. He'll be even more active once I get into tier 9 um, with Tamer and Bahamut. Be- the Bahamut Tamer is pretty. Alright, so uh, that move the Kerberos just did dropped the Necromancer. Now I do have David Channel up, which kind of also helped save me, and it can also save the Necromancer, but it's still easier to maintain here. Um, here we go. Phoenix getting some good attacks in finally. Dang. Also, um, I have a higher attack power as well. Um, at tier 9 with Bahamut Tamer, there's a hood that uh, the Kerberos also drops that increases the power of your pet, which I have a legendary version. I'm waiting to level up in praying. I doubt I'll get an ornate version just because that's the one thing that does suck is you need wolf's blood to level it up, and honestly wolf's blood is actually pretty rare. It's nice that I mean you can get it a lot if you hit Kerberos. That's how I got the sword I currently have to Master Forge, but I need over 1,000 to get a Demon Forge, and I'm not even close. I have like 200. I've been farming this thing pretty regularly through the month, but yeah, this is really long grind. I could sit in here for a long time, but I spawned this, so like, he almost dropped me again. I could literally just sit here and farm this, but I'm actually gonna just back out. I'll kill him today to get the XP. Summoning scrolls, randomly summon these monsters. I threw out 4. Each one of these should net me 300 plus million experience, which should get me close to the next level. So yeah, I'm not too far off. Or the next 2 levels, I'm far from the next level. All right. So I have so many of these bestiaries mostly because uh, I really like pets, and it took me a long time to get into the pet build. I wasted a lot of orange. Um, I also have, let's see, I have a lot of these lower classes unlocked as well. For the different abilities, I'm gonna actually go in and hit. So the higher level Kerberos, obviously I will not get gear from because it's a tier 10. Uh, but I'm still gonna hit him because you can get some base materials. Um, I could, if I might be able to get some Panseas from him, which is more than worth hitting him for. Um, I do the same thing like Polly. I mean, the last time I hit Polly, I did 204,000, which is actually pretty good because he's a tier 9. And I am sitting at tier 8. I have some decent equipment. Again, the stuff you see though is not like the white sheet definitely came from, I believe it came from October. I think you get it from that raid boss in October, Pumpkinhead. The rest of the stuff, and then the Feral Sword is this month's. The other things, I think the Bone Shield, I think I got it from, I want to say a dungeon, but I can't remember. The other two are just uh, mobs. The northern mobs drop some really good gear at tier 8. But let's see if we can drop this Fade Dragon really quick. Not, actually, this will be a good example. The Phoenix is a lot. Will do. You'll see the activity a little bit better with the Fade Dragon because he's not immune to like everything. He's also one tier lower than I am, so I'm not gonna take a lot of damage. I'm gonna throw a Pansy out there just to get rid of that curse. Alright, I did that backwards. I did not get the one up for magic on that one. So the Wyvern speed 2, I got dex and attack up, but I did not get a magic up, so that's why I'm throwing it out a couple times. Try to get that. Still not getting it. You can get all three. Oh, I got it earlier. Damn it. What a waste. And as you can see, the Phoenix is a lot more active now. 10,000. That was my crit. And there's 15,000 from the Phoenix. There's 15,000 from the Phoenix. So the Phoenix is fairly active at tier 8 with my current build. Again, though, it's that sword. If I had gotten an ornate staff, I probably would have stuck with the necromancer just because it would hit. Like, I have a legendary staff, and I can go back and show. Um, he's still not as active, or the power is not. He's a lot weaker, being a necromancer than a frayer because of the extra power of the pet comes from being a pet class. Right now, he's not doing much of anything. There we go, 20k, 19. You can see, I mean, my attacks aren't really doing a whole lot, but the whole point of a pet class is to kind of be a shield for your pet. Um, the Phoenix class isn't overly powerful um, outside of Dafik channel. That triple all up at this tier is super broken. And I have come up against players where I definitely should be able to just absolutely obliterate them. Um, and they have a Phoenix and they get super lucky with that temp all up in the beginning, and it stays on them for like 10 turns, and I just can't do damage or almost nothing, especially when they pair it with ward. If they have a lot of ward, that's the only thing I have not been able to get through is players who have 10,000 ward or more are a huge challenge in the world to try to take their areas. Um, but hopefully at the next tier, I can start taking some of those guys down. Because they'll definitely one shot me. They're super powerful. I don't necessarily even need that much ward with this because he's actually not that strong. I have a lot of defense, or I mean, I am a tier higher than this dragon. So, but see, that was actually pretty hard hit, and I got stunned. So let's get some of my ward back slowly. I mean, he's still hitting me. I'm kind of averaging out my ward, so this is where it gets to be depending on how often he hits me or if Dave's. So now that I got that, he's not going to do damage to me, so I just got to hope to get some crits because I'm also burning to get my health back. I do have Wisp's Heal, so I could throw that out, take care of the burning. I like Wisp's Heal because my current build doesn't negate any of those things, which there's a lot of items that protect you from a lot of the different dots out there. So another burning. It won't get rid of Blight, but Blight's just going to stop me from attacking. Again, I don't really mind the dots that stop me from attacking most of the time, because as long as eventually my ward is going to be into hopefully 15, 20k, and that won't bother me at all to not attack. I'm just going to be hoping my pets are doing all the damage. Getting close to dropping this. Man, need that crit though. See, as you can see, the crit is. There we go, I got one finally. And there's another one. Almost back to full. And the Phoenix is just slowly attacking them down. Let's throw a Wisp Heal, get that fire taken care of. And let's actually throw this out. Get some temp buffs. Damn. That blight made my. So the blight is making me miss. That's why Wisp Heal is not working. It's also why I probably. There's the temp buffs I was trying to get. I don't wait for stuff to update and I just like smash it super fast. Ooh, that was a hard hit. Come on. Throw up Dave's channel. Getting wrecked now. Actually might not kill him. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Yes. That's what I needed. Stay up for more than one turn. Sorry, I got a couple turns out of it. Gotta be happy about that. A lot of times it's only one. I also need to, there's an ability out there that gives you 100% ward absorption. This is Ward of Mithril is 75%, so 75% of the damage is going to hit your ward. 25% of the damage is going to hit your health. Boom. We're right back in it almost. This is why I like the Freyr class is, I mean, the pet's not always going to be perfect, but it allows you to kind of control and manipulate the battle a little bit more. I can stay here and grind it a little bit more. I do like the glass cannon sometimes though. I do jump over to the necromancer um, if I want to jump in and hit those higher tier guys. Um, because I can do a lot more damage a lot faster. The Freyr, you got to build it up. Um, I think with the Necro, the tier 9s and 10s, I can normally get at the very least 2 or 3 attacks off, depending on if the Phoenix Temple throws a Deific Channel out for me. Um, but if I can get it so they miss with the Freyr and they don't instant drop me even with my ward up, I can get close to doing the same damage. I just have to get lucky. Sweet. Almost done. Stir that. Ooh, that one hurt a little bit. Need to figure out how to. What if I could turn off all that? It's kind of blocking. Man, I need a crit. There we go. Oh, that hurt a lot. Dang. That's okay. There we go. I got that crit. Oh, that's why. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even paying attention. I lost my ward. My ward dropped off. That's why it hit all of my health. Ah, man. I get so zoned out sometimes I forget about that. Yeah, ward is you have to use ward as a Freyr or you will be dropped by almost anything within 2 shots. But it's not taking too long and my dragon goes this turn. Boom, done. Alright, it takes a minute to come up with the rewards, but let's see. Should hopefully get me at least half of my attack circle there, or experience circle, if it ever comes up. Let's hit this boss right here. There we go. All right, so 381,000 experience. Um, ooh, the Fey Dragon helmet. So Fey Dragon equipment is also really good at tier 7 and even into tier 8 for pet builds. I believe the Fey Dragon equipment will make it so your pets are more active. So let's see here. 22 and 24. Let's throw on that new helmet we just got. Obviously, I would upgrade this, but let's throw on that helmet. Check out our stats. Follower 24 and 26. So it's an extra 2%. Um, and it just means so checking it if you check it in on the calculator, uh, I'm sure that this would make it so I'm probably somewhere in the 20s. I'm definitely not going to do that though. Uh, Obviously, you're going to upgrade it because if you're going to use it at tier 7 or 8, I'm about to go into tier 9, hopefully soon, and it's not going to be useful. Oh, so I did not get quite half, so I might not actually, by killing the rest of these bosses, might not quite get into tier 9, but it'll be close. Um, Waiting for this legendary fallen shield to be done soon, and this ornate cockatrice mail will be really nice going into the next tier until I can start farming out. I'll farm out probably Polly, this boss, um, to get most likely ward gear because I needed my ward to be higher. However, I will probably for my headpiece here, I'm still gonna probably use this. I'm hoping to get a ornate. I only have what like 7 days left to farm Kerberos to try to pull an ornate one of these. Um, but this is just because I'm gonna try to pump in as much power and have as active a pet as possible. And that's why I'm running with these Dragoon Charms still. I obviously could run with something better, like an Anku's Ring, which would make it so I don't fall asleep or become. This would also stop that curse dot. Um, but again, it's actually probably better to throw that in there than it is for the other Dragoon Charm, which saved me a lot of pain and anguish. But the shield I'm gonna get is gonna do the same thing. So it's just I'm good with the Dragoon's Charm. I like to have my pets as active and strong as possible, especially going against some of these other bosses where I will not be like the Phoenix because I can't get anything really better than the Phoenix at tier 8 anyway. Um, so there's no tier 8 pets in this one, but that Crimson Gazer is going to be the one, probably the first one I buy. It's only like 1.75 or 1.5 million orange at that tier, so it'll be a while. But like I have the Great Yeti already, which is a great pet for like kind of defense. He throws a lot of buffs, protection, all these things uh, help negate status damage, or not status damage, but the elemental damage. The Honestly, I prefer the Yeti over the Pale Dragon myself. The Pale Dragon is nice because it will just heal all status effects that come your way within a turn or two, which is really, really nice. But I found the Great Yeti to be a lot more. It sustained my Necromancer for a long time, allowing me to do a lot more in battle than the Pale Dragon did. Because of all the buffs it throws at you, um, I use the Great Yeti far more than the Pale Dragon in Tier 8. Um, the Twilight Wisp is also very viable all the way through if you can't get a Pale Dragon because they are really, really hard to find. Alright, I gotta hit a gauntlet. I think it's open. Oh, it's not open yet. Damn. So I'm also like this is another great way to get orange is coming into your daily quests, and I think I have a bunch that have gauntlets. Yeah, so I'll get 9,000 for that one. Let's see. Um, this one I'm gonna get 5,000 for. Another 3,000 for this, just for doing gauntlets. Um, and it doesn't matter if you do just a base one or super hard ones, but and right now, I mean, if you do the basic one, you can do a gauntlet every hour. I'm doing boss ones, just to try to get more materials and stuff. Um, but yeah, let's see. Guess we can hit this one. I was hoping that I would be able to get close to the next level, and it doesn't look like I will be. Um, two of these bosses are tier 9. I was hoping to I'll get to the next two of these bosses. Will put me into tier 9 or level 199. But I'm gonna miss tier 9 off these, and I don't have any more summoning scrolls, so hopefully. Still can't hit that. Try to drop. I'm hoping these other guys start dropping at least Kerberos a bunch of times today. I thought my clan, I thought was gonna hit Kerberos pretty hard today. Apparently not. All right, let's see if we can hit Polly. See how much we can. Although I didn't really pay attention to. Boom, that's always nice. Getting that right out of the gate. Hopefully it lasts a while so I can get all my buffs up. See, even with that, he hit me for a lot of damage. He is tier 9 though. I doubt this will be. Oh, it does actually hit him nice. Although I should put ward up more. There's 14k. See, if I can get my pet going, my pet can do a lot of damage, and then it's just about, even to a higher tier, I'm going to get nothing from this poly because I'm not in tier 9. It's just fun to see, to kind of compare the two different based off of comparing. Oh no, it crashed. That sucks. Well, so much for that raid. That's funny. Um, it's fun to compare some of these classes sometimes. Obviously, I don't know the best class because I haven't played them all at this tier as I go into the wrong section. Um, I've only played Freyr and Necromancer. I have opened some other base level classes to get specific stuff for them. Um, I liked Necromancer, um, but honestly, what made my Necromancer at this tier next level and be able to be the glass cannon he is the Phoenix. Um, Without the Phoenix, I would happily jump over to Freyr and roll because I can just do so much more damage. Even if I threw out or switched to a different pet, I still think the Freyr. Um, okay, well, no, I mean I have a tier 9 staff for that I got from the tier 9 bosses that will spawn. I have a decent tier 9 staff for the Necromancer that's pretty freaking strong. So it's not even like my gear is swaying more towards the Freyr, and I have a Master Force Dragon Scroll. Um, but this isn't even so this staff isn't even maxed out. I can level it up again to level 10. Um, it's pretty fucking broken. So but I still prefer the Freyr class. I do have some amazing things for the Freyr class, and again, I could tweak these Dragoon charms and do some other stuff. But I prefer. I mean, Freyr's fun. Necro's fun too, though. I have not played really any other classes, so at any tier, I think a lot of people really like the. I will say the Arcanic class is kind of a pain, um, because they have so much dexterity. They really are just. I mean, all the rogue classes are like that. They are a pain to fight. I miss so many attacks going against them. Um, where it's like I would just wreck them in like 4 or 5 turns, but because I miss so often, it's just not like they'll drop me fast. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna get off now because the whole goal today is to farm this guy in 23 minutes before he pops back up. Trying to hopefully be able to drop him. I'm hoping the Omnimancer and my clan will jump in and drop him soon so we can start another one. I'm just trying to get through him as many times as possible, trying to get those hopefully better gear, but also wolf's blood. It's not easy to get. All right, go here.